Hello. Hello, and thank you for joining. We are just going to go ahead and wait for a few more people to join us. But thank you so much for attending tonight. We have a great lineup of colleges. We'll give it another minute just to let a few more folks trickle in before we begin. Okay. Well, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're very excited to have you. We have a great lineup of colleges and universities here to share more about their institutions. And hopefully this is a chance for you to learn a little bit more about colleges that could potentially be right for you. So a few housekeeping items before we begin. Your camera and microphone are off. You're muted and your video is off. So the panelists can't see or hear you. So you may be asking, well, how do I ask questions then? We definitely want to hear from you. We want to hear all your great questions, and you can submit those using the Q&A button. So that's where you'll be able to type all the questions that you have. All of our admissions reps here tonight will be able to see those questions and respond accordingly, and are really excited to hear those questions. So definitely ask. And I just also want to note that the recording will be available after the session. So it's currently being recorded, and then you'll be able to watch the recording at strivescan.com/Burlington. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. And we're going to start with University of Essex.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thanks, Vanessa. Hopefully you can see my screen. Welcome, everyone. My name is Emma, and I work in the recruitment team at the University of Essex, which is based in England. So as I'm the only UK representing England today, I'm going to start off by telling you some of the key reasons why students from the US consider studying their degree in England. So one of the main reasons is that our degrees in England are 3 years. There are some exceptions, and just to make you aware that universities in Scotland are 4 years, but in Wales, England and Northern Ireland, our degrees are 3 years in length. The reason that is attractive to students from the US, aside from the fact that you will complete your degree in 1 year less, is that students are studying the degree that they are applying to study from the very, very first day. So if you know what it is you want to major in, then good news, you will be studying that subject from the first day that you start at university. So in England, our degree structure is a little bit different, and it's very much an early degree specialism. So it's perfect for students that know what it is they want to major in. Our fees are very competitive, particularly if you're comparing to out-of-state tuition. So it will vary from course to course and institution, but you could be looking at paying around $20,000 to $30,000 per academic year. And remember, it's only for 3 years. Lots of universities offer some really great scholarships and funding opportunities, including international scholarships, and lots of us are FAFSA accredited as well. The application process is via UCAS, which very crudely speaking is sort of like our online, our equivalent to the Common App. And so if you're applying to universities in the UK, then you would use UCAS. Our student route visa allows for students to work on or off campus, and we offer some amazing internships, which are very often paid. And the brand new 2-year post-study visa enables students to stay in the UK and work for up to 2 years. So if you're loving your experience studying in the UK, then you can stay for 2 years once you've studied. So I'm now going to tell you some of the reasons why students in the US love the University of Essex. So we have 3 campuses located all in Essex, Colchester, Southend and Loughton. And you can see on the map there, we are in the southeast of the UK. In my opinion, with a perfect distance to London, less than an hour by train. It's really, really easy to get to, but you really notice a difference in London living costs. We're not really known for our glorious weather in the sunshine in the UK, but in Essex, we do have some of the UK's best weather. And just where we're located, we have a mix of beaches, we're close to the City of London, and we're surrounded by beautiful Essex countryside and lots of lovely towns and villages. So the University of Essex is a dual intensive university, which means we place as much importance on our research as we do our teaching. And we're a university that's really recognised for the quality of our research. We're really well known for our social sciences, so in particular subjects like politics, international relations, sociology, economics. These are subjects that we're consistently well ranked for. And we have a really interdisciplinary approach to our teaching, which means that students can pick different classes and modules across different departments, across different faculties to shape the degree around your interests and what's important to you. We have a huge wide range of subjects, which I definitely don't have time to go into, but we've got 3 faculties, and across those 3 faculties, 21 academic departments, which you can explore at the link at the bottom of that screen there. So what's student life at the University of Essex? We have over 160 different sports clubs and societies, so there's definitely something for everyone. On our Colchester campus, it's a really, really large, vibrant campus community with so many facilities for our students to enjoy, including theatres, cinema, there's a hair salon on campus, a brand new sports arena with some amazing basketball and volleyball facilities, and so many hospitality outlets like restaurants, bars, cafes, as well as a gym on campus, which is included as part of our accommodation contract, and all sorts of sporting facilities like climbing walls, squash courts, tennis courts, etc. We guarantee on-campus accommodation for students, so you get to live with your first year students, and it's a really amazing experience doing that. And we're recognised for the fact that we're pumping money back into our campuses on services and facilities for our students to really enjoy. I mentioned that it's cost effective to study, the fact that our degrees are only 3 years in length, and our fees are really competitive as well. So typically speaking, most of our courses are around £17,000 to just under £20,000 per academic year. In dollars, that's around $21,000 to $25,000. And we offer some really competitive scholarships, including our America's Regional Scholarship, a number of sports scholarships for really talented athletes, and an IB Excellent Scholarship, which is automatic and based on merit. And we're also FAFSA accredited. So I'm sure that one of the key reasons that you're thinking about going to university is to ultimately get the job of your dreams, or a really good job that pays you lots of money. So we place an enormous amount of importance on employability at Essex. We offer some amazing opportunities like a placement year, which is a really, really great option for those students that are career orientated. A high percentage of our students, 91% of our undergraduate students, are in employment or further study within 6 months of graduating. And we have employability modules built into all of our undergraduate degrees. Our Skills for Success team offers skills and CV workshops. There's networking and career events on campus. And we also offer opportunities for students to learn a language completely for free alongside your degree, as well as our brand new Data Science for All programme, which is thought to be the first type of program like this that's offered to students in the UK. So I hope you've got a few seconds to tell you about my favourite thing about Essex, which is just how international the university is. We're 4th in the UK for international outlook. It's not just our students, it's our staff as well that are from all over the world, and also reflected in our curriculum. Almost 40% of our students are from outside the UK, so you would study, live, work, make lifelong friends with people from all over the world, and there's a huge range of cultural activities and societies for our international students to enjoy. And I'm just going to leave that screen for a couple of seconds. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, University of Essex. Now we're going to go to American College of Dublin.
Hello, everyone. Just going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, I hope everyone can see that. Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Healy, and I am the admissions representative from the American College Dublin. I am based outside of Philadelphia, but I pretty much talk to students all over the world. So I'm excited to be here, and thank you all for being here and listening to this presentation. So I'd like to start off the presentation with this picture because I think it gives a really good broad picture of Dublin as a city. So there's tons going on, a lot of stores, restaurants, pubs, libraries, museums, anything like that for you to explore. So Dublin does have like that metro city feel, but also as you can see, it feels a little smaller and it kind of still has that sense of community. So it is a really great balance of the two. And then if you bring your view just to the back of the picture, you'll see St. Anne's Church, and that is where we hold our formal graduation ceremonies. So there's something for you all to look forward to a little further down the road. So we are an Irish American university, which means that we uphold the standards of accrediting bodies from both Ireland and the US through Quality and Qualifications Ireland and the Middle States Commission on Higher Education. So what this means for our students is that they are able to hold a little bit of agency when it comes to their higher education opportunities. So through our Irish accreditation, you will go on a 3-year track where you're just taking the courses under the degree that you directly apply to. And that definitely sets you apart from your peers in the US because you'll have kind of 1 year up on them. Or you can take a course under the US accreditation and you will go through that more familiar 4-year track where you'll take some electives along with the courses under your applied to degree. So it really just gives you an opportunity to look at, who you are as a student and, what you're really interested in studying and what makes the most amount of sense for you. So we are a small school by design. And because of this, our lectures at ACD are typically less than 20 students. Before COVID, I was able to go to the school and sit in on a few classes, and I would even say it's less than that. And that's, that really excites us because this arrangement really allows for an interactive experience amongst the students and the professor, excuse me. So there's tons of discussion, debate, wit, and you're getting just like a lot of different perspectives from all of your classmates and your professors. It's definitely not your professors just lecturing at you. They use a ton of different media to get the lesson across. So it is definitely a classroom that's exciting to be in and you won't fall asleep. So Dublin is your campus. We are located right in the center of the city. It's a great location. We're about a 30-second walk from the National Gallery and a few other museums. It's really easy to get to most places from campus, but we really want to encourage our students to take advantage of Dublin. We really want the city to be an extension of your classroom. And I can't forget to mention that Irish people are super friendly. They're always available to help you if you need anything. Directions, anything like that. So it's really just a great city to be in, and there's tons to explore. And we really want to encourage you to make those connections that you're learning in the classroom into things that you're seeing out in the city. So I want to briefly talk about our administration. Like the size of our school, it is small by design, and with an emphasis on reducing bureaucracy. So in other words, we operate completely under an open door policy. Our students are really encouraged to drop by and get to know the staff. I know like a few of our students will go to lunch with their professors, really friendly. And we want to accommodate our students as best as possible. And for that to happen, we need to know what you need or what you need help with or anything like that. So we are excited to help out. So, don't hesitate to call on us. So here are the programs that we offer. We have the 3-year track, as I mentioned before, in international business and liberal arts, and then our 4-year bachelor in international business, hospitality management, event management, and liberal arts. And we also offer some 4-year BFAs in musical theater, performance, and creative writing. So we welcome applicants from every corner of the globe. Even though we are a small school, you would be surprised how diverse our student body is. And because of this, our requirements are aimed at definitely gathering a holistic view of the applicant. We really want to get to know who you are. So because of this, what's required is a 2.0 GPA. And then for any transfer mature students, a resume or any previous third level transcripts, and then a personal statement that describes why you would like to study your chosen area at ACD. So this is where we really want to get to know who you are as a person and a student, what you're passionate about, just your interests and everything like that, because we want to make sure that you're a good fit for ACD and that, you would be happy at the school. We have been test optional forever, so that's nothing for you all to worry about. Running out of time, but our tuition and fees for non-European students are €9,000. And I will write all of my contact information in the chat below. Thanks again for stopping by.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, American College of Dublin. Now we'll go to Montclair State University.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Ryan. I'm an admissions counselor at Montclair State University. I'm also an alum. I graduated in 2018 with my bachelor's degree in psychology, continuing on my master's as well. So I'm just going to go over a little bit about what we have to offer here at Montclair. So we are considered to be a public mid-sized institution. We have around 21,000 students on campus, 17,000 of which are undergraduates pursuing bachelor's degrees. And while that does seem like a large, overwhelming number, our class sizes still remain at a range of around 23 to 25 students. So it's a good balance if you're looking for like a nice, diverse, big campus atmosphere, but also a smaller in-classroom atmosphere that allows for a lot of interactive learning. We offer about 300 different programs between our majors, minors, and concentrations. And we have around 5,300 students living on our 252-acre campus. We are located in northeastern New Jersey, in Montclair, but we also sit in 2 other towns as well, which puts us about 12 miles away from New York City. And we have accessibility to the city as well. 2 New Jersey Transit train stations, as well as 1 New Jersey Transit bus station that is accessible to not just students, but also the public. Like I mentioned just before, we have a lot of different programs, so I'm obviously not going to go through them all, but on this left side, you can see some of our more popular programs. Some other programs that stand out for us are in the arts in terms of musical theater, theater, acting, dance, as well as music. We also have a really great film program. And that's because, and this goes for all of our majors, we have really great faculty that will teach at the big schools in New York City that are also willing to take a short train ride or bus ride in, to come to Montclair. So you're kind of getting that upper echelon faculty for a much cheaper price because we are at that in-state rate. Also, though, for our students who are not quite sure what they want to do, about 30% of our incoming freshmen every year do come in undeclared. So we have this really great system called the Discovery Program, and you'll pick a different track to kind of figure out what type of major you're going to be interested in. And then you and your advisor will kind of team up as you're taking these courses through your elective credits to eventually select your major. Now, the big thing that we like to emphasize, though, in terms of academics are our opportunities to earn multiple degrees in a shorter amount of time. So through about 40 of our majors, we offer the opportunity for 5-year bachelor masters. And basically what this will do is in 5 years, you'll earn 2 degrees in your field. And you're shaving off a year off the end. Most graduate degrees take around 2 years. So you're saving money there. But also when you start taking your graduate courses in your 4th year, because you're still considered an undergraduate, you'll pay for them at undergraduate rates. So it's a really great way to kind of optimize your education financially as well as time-wise. In addition to those combined programs, we also, through our business school, have a 4+1 MBA partnership with the majors listed here in the right column. So you'll earn your bachelor's degree in the first 4 years in one of these fields. And then in the 5th year, you'll do an accelerated MBA. You'll come out of it with 2 degrees, Master's of Business Administration, and then your bachelor's in whichever major you decide to select. So we see a lot of opportunity within this to kind of, like I said, optimize your time with your education. But another thing we like to emphasize at Montclair is that the ability that we offer students to get involved on campus. So we have a ton of clubs for students to join. You can end up being in the leadership part of these clubs or just a general member. We also have a lot of general events that go on that students, as long as you're able to swipe in with your ID, are free to you. We have movie nights. There are petting zoos in the quad, really fun stuff like that. And we let you know about all that stuff through your email. You just have to kind of show up. We also offer the opportunity for students to participate in intramural and club sports, as well as Division III athletics. And for students that are looking to live on campus, we have 10 residence halls, 7 of which are available for freshmen. So in your first year, you already have access to 70% of our living space. And the styles of rooms range so far in what we have to offer, whether it be traditional communal, we have suite styles, singles and doubles. So if you're looking to live on campus, you'll be able to do so in your preferred living style. And as a freshman, as long as you pay your housing deposit on time, freshman housing is guaranteed. I won't go into this today. Sorry about that. Whoops. Here we go. And then I also just wanted to talk about cost of attendance. So I mentioned those in-state fees. You can see right here, tuition and fees are around $13,000 per year. And then your room and board will average somewhere between $16,000 to $17,000. That overall number will be your overall cost of attendance before any financial aid, scholarships, or anything like that kick in. About 71% of our students do receive some form of financial aid. So if you are a senior applying to the university, you just want to make sure that you complete your FAFSA as soon as possible. Also want to talk a little bit about our application. So as of last year, we are on the Common App, which has made our application accessible to even more people. And what we're looking for there is just, like our average GPA is around a 3.27. This is not a requirement, but just a general thing that we're seeing from our accepted students. But we're looking for well-rounded individuals. So we also have a holistic review process. We'll look at your grades as well as the types of courses you're taking and your involvement outside the classroom, whether it be through intramural sports or any other events like that. Thank you so much for your time. I'll make sure to put my information in the chat for you guys. And if you have any other questions, you can always email me.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And now for our next college, we're going to hear from Albright College.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Alexis Willis. I'm an admission counselor at Albright. I'm also an alum. I graduated in 2020, so during COVID, which was really fun. And I got my Bachelor of Science in Business, and I'm going to get my master's in January. So just a quick at a glance, Albright was founded in 1856. It's a small private liberal arts college located in Reading, Pennsylvania. So about an hour and a half, about an hour and a half from Philadelphia, 2.5 hours from New York City and Washington, D.C. There's about 1,800 day students, so 14:1 class ratio. It's a great size for learning, connections with professors, all of that good stuff. We also value inclusivity and equity, and our diverse community is nearly 50% of the population. So about 50% of our students identify as non-white. So this is our costs, scholarships and aid. So on the left-hand side, you can see our entire cost of tuition, room and board, all of that included. But don't let that price scare you. On the right, there's a bunch of scholarships, grants, and awards that we award to our students. So this year, we have $8,000 to $19,000 awarded in merit scholarships. So every student who is accepted at Albright will receive some sort of merit scholarship based on their GPA. If you have a current residential house in Pennsylvania, you are going to automatically qualify for $16,000 in financial or in scholarships. We also have the trustee award, which is based on financial need. And then the Warren L. Davis Scholarship, which is a full ride. There is an interview process and it is open to students with a 3.75 or higher, but it's an awesome opportunity to have your entire tuition paid for. The Talent Award, which is something that we have for our arts inclined students. If you submit a portfolio in fashion, English, art, we're able to submit that to the faculty in that field and they can award you up to $3,000 if they like your work. We also have a legacy award. So if your parents or siblings went to Albright, as well as a Methodist award. We are affiliated with the Methodist Church. We don't require religious study classes, but we do award a scholarship if you are Methodist. And about 97% of Albright students receive financial aid, so large chunk. For academics, we have over 150 plus combinations of majors and co-minors. We do have something really special at Albright. You can co-major in 2 different fields. So for example, when I was a student at Albright, I was able to co-major in fashion and business. So I was able to get 2 fields of study under my belt and graduate with 1 degree. Some of our popular majors are biology, business administration, psychology, and computer science. And some unique majors that we have are fashion, game design and simulation, and music industry studies. Campus life. So for residential options, we do have 10 options with 4 styles. For your first year at Albright, you're going to be in more of a traditional residential hall style. So it'll be co-ed dorms. Some floors have all boys and all girls, if that makes you more comfortable. But you will have another roommate and an RA on each floor. And those options make up 4 of our residence halls. And we also have apartments. So we have 2 residence halls that have apartments, as well as affinity houses for students in organizations or groups, and then pod living. For dining services, we have 3 meal plans that students typically get. The gold meal plan is unlimited, and you get 90 Albright bonus dollars per semester. So those can be spent at our on-campus eating spots, such as Jake's Place, which is new to Albright, 4 restaurants that are consisted in Jake's Place, as well as Jake's Java, which is our coffee site, Pegs, which is a more healthy eating option, and the Rockland Market, which is more of a snack place. The silver is 14 meals a week plus 180 bonus or 100 Albright bonus dollars, and the bronze is 10 meals per week and 125 Albright bonus dollars. So less meals you have per week, we give you some more bonus dollars in exchange. We have a variety of different clubs and organizations ranging from academic, the arts, gaming, media. We have our own fashion club. We also have Greek life, so 3 sororities, 3 fraternities, and 1 service fraternity. And we added a new Latina sorority on campus as well. For athletics, we are Division III. We have 24 varsity sports, which you can see in the list below. We have 7 intramural sports that consist of pickleball, ultimate frisbee, and then 3 club sports, which consists of rugby, which is one of the most popular club sports that we have at Albright. We have men's and women's and co-ed sports, and about 30% of our students are athletes. So a large chunk. I was an athlete at Albright. I did swimming, and I honestly found that balancing athletics and academics was super easy. The coursework's not too much, and coaches are always willing to kind of give you that time to study if you need to, or go meet with an advisor, things like that. For the admission process, we only require 2 things: the application itself. You can submit the application through our own application called the Albright and Beyond app, or through the Common App. I do recommend the Common App just because you can only fill out 1, and then you'll be able to send it to a bunch of different schools. And then we need your high school transcript. So we'll need the 9th through 11th grade grades on the high school transcript. We are test optional, so we don't require test scores. However, if you have a 1200 SAT and above or a 25 ACT and above, you do qualify for more merit scholarships. So definitely submit those if your scores are around that. We do have an essay that's optional, as well as letters of recommendation, and we are rolling admissions. So we accept applications year round. We do ask that we make a decision May 1st. That way we could get you the proper paperwork and things like that for when you come here in the fall. And then if you'd like to connect and contact anyone in our department, feel free to. Here's social media, and I will put my contact information in the chat. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Albright College. And last but not least, we have Pace University.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end to hear about PACE. My name is Morgan. I'm the senior admission counselor at Pace University. I am also your admission counselor. So at the end, I'll give you my contact information, and anything from now through the start of classes next September, I'm your go-to person for anything PACE related. If you haven't heard anything about PACE before, just a very quick overview. PACE was founded in 1906 by two brothers helping their friends pass accounting tests. Fast forward 100 years, we are a private liberal arts college with two campuses, one that's right in the middle of Manhattan, next to the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City, and a second campus about 45 minutes north of New York in a little town called Pleasantville in Westchester. With all of that as well, we now are no longer just a business school. We offer over 100 different majors to choose from. We have over 100 different clubs and organizations to choose from. And the thing we're most well known for is connecting classroom topics to real world experiences. So we have one of the largest internship and job placement programs in the New York City area. So something, if you learn a little bit more about PACE that you might hear about is how customized an approach we take to academics. So you and your best friends could both be planning on coming to PACE, both be planning to do the same major, but could be doing different classes, could be doing different internships, because we want you to feel like you're really getting what it is that you want out of the PACE experience. So typically the name that we call it, we give that is the PACE path. So when you're putting this together, you are going to include, classes related to your major, minors you want to be taking, as well as things like study abroad, volunteer opportunities, internships, and a whole lot of career planning as well. Diving into academics a little bit more, a few facts about PACE. First, the average class size for a first-year student is 20 students for every professor. When you get to your junior and senior year, that's going to be closer to 10 students, maybe 12 in each class that you'll be taking. So definitely there's an emphasis on smaller class sizes. Every class is going to be taught by a professor. We don't have teaching assistants or graduate assistants, so you'll never have a class being taught by another student. And in 90% of the case, those professors are going to have either a PhD or the highest degree in their field. So you're definitely being taught by experts in the areas you want to learn in. I mentioned we have over 100 majors to choose from. This is kind of how they are arranged at PACE these days. We do also have a School of Law. We're kind of cheating by having it up here with the rest of our schools. Our School of Law does have its own separate campus. And the reason why we have it up there, we do have a combined degree program with our law school, as well as over 35 other combined degree programs. So that's a great opportunity for you to get your bachelor's degree and your master's degree in a shorter amount of time and saving some money as well. I would recommend to find the full list of majors going to our website. Some of our majors are campus specific. Most are available at either one of our campuses. So you get to choose what kind of college experience you wanted. But just double check the website to make sure the major you're interested in is available at the campus that you're interested in. And then I mentioned, we have really strong success when it comes to things related to our career services department. They are an award-winning department. Last year alone, they placed over 8,900 practicums, field experiences, internships. And that was at over 1,000 different employers. So they really do have great success when you're still at PACE. And as you can see on the screen, 90% of the class of 2020 were either employed or continuing education 6 months out from graduation. So they have really great success after you've graduated from PACE as well. We do also encourage you to get all of these real world experiences as early as possible. So right from day one, you'll have access to one-on-one career advising. You'll have access to their job database that has over 70,000 positions posted last year. So really, we're going to be encouraging you to take advantage of the area that we're in, being around New York and everything that has to offer. So speaking about New York, that's the location of our original site. It's the location of one of our campuses. So our campus in Manhattan is right next to the Brooklyn Bridge, about a 5-minute walk from Wall Street, has around 6,000 students. So I would say it's medium-sized, but whenever you leave one of our buildings, you're in the middle of New York. So definitely there's a lot of hustle and bustle, a lot of energy. So it's perfect for students that thrive on that kind of energy. Having said that, the whole campus is all within 5 blocks, so very easy to get around. You don't have to rely on subways or buses to get you from class to class. It's all very manageable. At the same time, Fulton Street subway station is near our campus. So anywhere else in the city you're looking to go to, it's extremely easy to make that happen. And then the other campus option that we have is a much more suburban setting. So it's 200 acres. It has nature trails on campus. There's a pond. There's a quad up there. It's the home of our Division II sports. So it's perfect for students that are looking for a little bit of a maybe more traditional college setting and experience, while also still being really close to New York, being able to take advantage of everything that has to offer. Across both of our campuses, I mentioned we have over 100 different clubs and organizations to choose from. There's also always the option of taking classes at the opposite campus if you want. There's a shuttle bus that goes back and forth every single day. So really, you could be a student that's taking advantage of, the best of both worlds coming to Pace. And then getting into the application, things related to that. Our application is available on our website or on the Common App. It's the exact same in both places. We are a test optional school, and that includes for everything from our honors college to all of our majors to all of our financial aid. There's nothing where you would be at a disadvantage if you didn't provide test scores. So if you, haven't been able to get into a test center, or if you have and you just don't feel like those scores are representative of you as a student, we don't require them, and you can confidently apply to Pace without those. And then the deadlines when it comes to applying. So we have 3 early rounds of application, 1 early decision, and 2 early action. For all of those, so for the early decision and the first early action, we're guaranteeing you'd have a decision back by the start of your winter break. For early action 2, we're guaranteeing you would have a decision by the 2nd week in January. And then in general, our regular decision deadline is February 15th, with some rolling admission after that, just depending on if we have spaces in the major that you're interested in. One exception to all of that is our performing arts. They have an earlier deadline of December 15th. That's extremely strict, so you would want to make sure to be in on time for that. And then lastly, for everything financial aid related, I would recommend going to our website and using our net price calculator. That's at pace.edu/calculator. You can put in your information and get an estimated out-of-pocket cost. So thanks so much for staying to the end to hear about Pace. This is my contact information. I'll also post it in the chat. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening at this point. And yeah, thanks so much.
Excellent. So now I'd like to invite all of the college reps to come back on camera and join us, and we'll just have a quick round. And I'd like to pose a question for each of you to answer. So, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And whenever you're ready, we can start with University of Essex.
I guess being an international college, I would advise you to take advantage of all the virtual resources that are out there. Obviously, we would love for you to be able to come and visit us and see our campus in person. And that's looking perhaps more and more likely and possible. But if you're not able to, or you're interested in sort of learning what it might be like to study at universities internationally, then definitely take advantage, because there are some amazing virtual resources that are out there. So you can sort of, it's definitely not the same as being on campus in person, but there are some great resources. And also talk to current students. If you're interested in a particular subject area, there are lots of great platforms like UniBuddy, where you can talk to current students and ask them what it's like to study a particular subject at a particular university. So take advantage of virtual is my piece of advice.
The whole college process can be really daunting and overwhelming if you're going international or not. So don't hesitate to ask questions. I know it can seem scary, but we're here as a resource for everyone. So don't hesitate to reach out.
The biggest thing I usually try to tell students is just to make sure you know what kind of, to the best of your ability, kind of campus you want. Some students will apply to a bunch of big schools and then realize that they actually have the personality for a smaller school, or vice versa. So just be mindful of that. Also make sure that the school that you're applying to has programs that you're interested in. It's really great if you like the facilities, but if they don't actually have what you're interested in, you might end up being lost.
I definitely recommend, as someone who came all the way from Texas to Pennsylvania to go to Albright, to take risks and really think outside the box when you're looking at schools. I know it can be a little scary, but it definitely taught me a lot being on my own, being so far away from home. So definitely give that school that you may not have thought of a thought. And yeah.
Yeah, and then kind of echoing what some other people said, this is a very short little like piece of time that we have to give you information about our institution. So taking the time to virtually visit, in-person visit, get a more in-depth information about the universities that did kind of pique your interest during the fair today. And in addition, a lot of the information that we give during fall is sometimes different than the information you might get as an accepted student. So whatever colleges you do apply to and get accepted to, see if they have events in the spring that are maybe going to go into more detail for accepted students, because they might have more information that's going to be helpful when you're making those final decisions come May time.
Wonderful. Thank you so much to all of the schools. I'm just going to share my screen as we end. Click through to the end. So thank you so much to all the colleges and universities that joined us this evening. Thank you to everyone who is attending the panel live tonight. As you leave this session, there's going to be a quick survey that pops up. It's just 5 questions. We encourage you to complete that survey. And again, the recording will be available at strivescan.com/Burlington. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a good evening.